So who disagrees that the woman's value is the highest when she's younger? If you disagree with that, then it's not going to make any sense.
I don't think your value changes based off your age.
Yeah. Sexual value, like in a man's eyes.
For a man, not in your eyes.
Yeah, like I would.
But
I would
like
say
just
that,
because I'm older doesn't mean I had more sex.
Okay, now let's take it from a man's perspective. Okay, men, if we don't have kids, we want a woman that can bear children. So
Well, now you can have children until you're damn near 60.
right,
So
you can, but it's risky.
Yeah, that's
so
very
let
rare.
me explain.
a
It's like-
lot
so-
of people have children older
so
now. Like
maybe she
40
needs
to 50,
understand
you
this
can
part real
have
quick.
children.
So we're not speaking about like, oh, we all have value, like value in your mother's eyes, your father's eyes, your friends and your family. God values us equally, stuff like that. We're speaking about sexual value. So like in the sexual dating marketplace, like Bridget, you said you're 32?
32.
You at 32 years old versus you at 22 years old. The men that you would be able to get at 22 years old would be like, the pool would be bigger because older guys want younger girls and younger guys want younger girls too.
Well, if they're that old and they still want younger girls, there's also a problem.
We're talking about legal, like 21 and up.
It's
We're not
still a
talking
problem.
What's the problem with that?
It's
though?
still
an adult.
weird.
Wait, how is that
I mean,
weird?
some people
She's
will.
21.
It's weird. If I'm a 70-year-old man
Wait,
and
wait,
I'm with
wait.
somebody
So-
and I'm
70.
with a 22-year-old, obviously. The
Are you
22-year-old
speaking
girl,
like you giving
the
Anna
woman,
Nicole Smith
the
numbers? You're not
22
saying
the
Anna Nicole
22
Smith with that
Okay,
OD.
Yeah,
even-
we're not saying, but
Well, but you're saying old men want younger women, which yes, probably true. But
Okay.
that I guarantee you that younger woman, even though she's 22 or whatever, she's using that man for something else.
So
it's not.
would-
It's not because she wants a relationship with him. She wants the money. She wants the trip. She wants the.
Yeah, so I'll give you that. I would say that all people can use people. They can have nefarious, ways, and they can use people for, to take advantage of them. Like we can do that now in
Well, yeah,
same age relationship.
And if
but I'm saying that in regards to the age gap, you're saying that a man that's older dating a younger girl, something that's weird. Why do you think it's like what age would be weird? Let's say if he's 40 dating a 20-year-old, would that be weird?
It's pushing it.
Pushing it.
100%. Because you at 40 and you at 20, is a completely different version of yourself. And why are you of someone 40 years old with hopefully some maturity being with somebody that's 20 that has no aspect, you're in a completely
so
different
why is
life.
a 20-year-old female going for a 40-year-old guy?
Because
Yeah,
of
is
what
that
he
weird?
can
Is that
provide.
weird?
Because they provide
So
certain
is
things.
that weird for a 20-year-old girl to go with a 40-year-old guy?
Yeah, it is weird. You got some weird daddy issues,
So
for
it's
sure.
weird on both ends. The girl is weird
100%.
and the guy is weird.
100%.
Yeah,
Who agrees with her? Show of hands.
I don't really know. I'm perplexed. I'm a
Okay.
little perplexed.
All right, so a few of
Because
y'all
remember,
think is weird.
They're
Let me-
consenting adults.
Yes, but they're consenting to get something else out of that man.
Well,
gap,
everybody's
like,
using
that's
everybody
two
for
totally
something.
different.
Well,
men use women for something, women use men for
if you're
whatever.
trying to be in an actual, genuine, true relationship where you actually want to build a life with somebody,
Yeah.
you're not using them for that because you want to be a partnership and you want to build something together. That's not using that's different.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think in every scenario that if a 40-year-old man gets with a 20-year-old woman, in every scenario that it would be weird? Like they'll be using each other.
My personal opinion, yes, I will always feel like it's weird.
What if
But
he
do
wants-
I know what they're genuine, what they're actually trying to build out of that relationship? They're
So
genuine.
let's say
genuinity,
hypothetically, it is genuine. None of them have any ulterior motives. This 20-year-old woman actually loves this 40-year-old guy. The 40-year-old guy loves the 20-year-old woman. Let's say that you know that is genuine. Even with you knowing that is genuine, would you still look at it weird?
Yes, because personally, I wouldn't do it. But that's my own personal opinion.
What if
Okay,
it's
so
20-year-old?
then that means that you think that it's immoral.
I mean, it's weird. Why are you as a 40-year-old looking at someone that's 20 that's probably the same age as your daughter?
Maggie, you was going to say
What if
something?
the 20-year-old is unusually mature?
I mean, are they though?
I mean, you women always say that you guys mature faster than guys. So
But to a certain
is true.
extent.
Actually, the frontal lobe does.
Yeah, I was just.
The frontal lobe does develop first for females, and it takes men almost till they're 30 or something.
With that being said, it shouldn't be weird if women
So
mature faster than guys.
the whole frontal lobe thing has been debunked. It's not true. The frontal lobe isn't fully developed at 25. The frontal lobe is actually, when it comes to maturity, it actually develops a lot sooner in people. And also, it has nothing to do with how mature you are. Because if that's the case, then we would have laws based off of this. Like if it's scientifically true, which is actually scientifically not true, we would base laws around this, like for abortion, like for marriage, like for owning a gun, like for drinking, for driving, for voting. We would base a lot of laws based off of this scientific fact. So it's not a fact at all. So that was just like some psychologists, some feminist psychologists talking about some stuff so they can get their way. But anyways, back to the conversation at hand. So let me ask you a question then, Bridget.
Go for it.
You think that is weird if the 20-year-old woman is dating the 40-year-old man? Did you ever think that maybe attraction isn't symmetrical? Like, meaning what men look for from women is different than what women look for from men?
I think everyone looks at attraction differently. Like everyone,
But
it's
from
different.
from
Every
a
person.
biological standpoint, let me give you an example, right? So men, we tend to look for, like, one of the attraction is based off of reproduction for the man. Attraction is based off of survival value for the woman, and I'll explain. So the reason why men look for youth and beauty is because it's for reproduction value. It signifies, well, the probability is higher that she can give me more babies, healthy babies, and she's more fertile, right? So this is why we're attracted to the smaller waist and the wider hips. Is actually was a study was done, and it showed that the waist hip ratio of a woman that gives that can give a successful and healthy birth is the same waist to hip ratio that most men was asked. Like they were asked, like, hey, so what's the waist? I think it's like, I won't bring it up right.
0.37.
You've seen it, this study before.
0.37.
Yeah. It was like 0.37 something, but the waist to hip ratio that men are like physically attracted to aligns up perfectly with the same waist to hip ratio for the woman that can give a successful, healthy birth.
Childbearing hips.
Childbearing hips. So I say all of this to say that for the man, from a biological standpoint, our attraction triggers is rooted into reproduction. And it just so happens to be that when the woman is younger, that is when she's at her peak of reproduction value. So that's what I'm saying.
Plus, her eggs are healthier. So think about it like this, right? You got this water bottle, right? And this water bottle is full of your eggs, right? And ovulation. So every month, your body will distribute a certain amount of eggs, and it'll take one egg for it to be fertilized.
So look, when you
Ovulation.
when you this old, use this bottle.
So listen. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So again, you got. This is your bottle, right? And it's full of your eggs. The younger you are, the more eggs you have. So every month, the bottle will distribute out eggs, and it'll choose one egg to be fertilized. Ovulation, right? And every year, you know what I mean, the bottle gets less and less of eggs. Now, the eggs on the very bottom are the old eggs, and those eggs aren't as healthy as the eggs on the top. So that's why when guys choose women for younger, is because you can still have eggs, you can still have a kid when the eggs are down here, but the chance of the baby being healthy is very low. So when guys that don't have kids, when we choose younger women, is because we want the lady with the most eggs, because the eggs on the top are the healthiest compared to the eggs.
Look, and I'll give you a quick
on the
example.
bottom.
Look, here's a real quick example. A chick, when she's 20 years old, here's her eggs. Let's just say the bottle is full. When she's 35 years old, here's her eggs. And guess what? The 35-year-old has less eggs and it's like this.
Oh,
But-
man.
Old rotten eggs. It's been spit and they barely work. So get married young and have babies young, and Dan, get me a new order. All right, they like Cooley, shut up. So, real quick, Bridget, does that make sense? Like, is it, if it's a ick, if the man is attracted to younger women, no matter what age, we would have to say that it's the biology, the way God created us, or if you're atheist, the way evolution happened, whatever you believe in, it would have to say that, well, something is wrong with the man's attraction triggers. Do you think that then?
I mean, there's a lot wrong with men in general.
Okay, well, now let's
wanna get
flip it
into
then.
that.
Let's flip it then, real quick,
But-
before we move this topic. Go ahead.
One thing is, though, you guys kept saying like, "Oh yeah, you're choosing your women based off of their like eggs." No, you're not. You're not going and
Beauty.
looking around.
You gotta look good.
Maybe subconsciously, maybe you're
Yeah,
inside
subconscious.
physically.
Yeah.
But you guys aren't actually. Men are not just going around and being like, that girl's got some good eggs. You know what I mean?
It's science. It's human nature. It's
Everyone,
what's built into
everyone,
the
of
man.
course, is going to, I think, always think that younger people are attractive.
Yeah, they
Always,
are.
because obviously that's your prime. You're, my 20s, my 30s. You, of course, are your best looking, your best performing.
Yeah.
You're feeling your best overall. So, of course, why would you not be attracted to that? Yes.
And if you-
but you should have morals as men and as women
There we go. So
where you do not look at women under a certain age or at that point because it's just morally,
okay, so you
It's
think
not
it's
okay.
immoral. So before
Yes.
I debunk the immoral part,
we talked about that a little
let's
bit.
get to
earlier.
this part. Because it's funny because all of you women have on makeup. The makeup is to cover up wrinkles, to cover up blemishes, to make you look younger. So why are you doing this? You're doing this is because you know that younger is more beautiful, like you said, right? And so you're always trying to present yourself in the most youthful way, I would say. So with that being said, these biological attraction triggers that men have, well, it can't be immoral if you're actually trying to look young to the guys that you're dating. Like, you're 40 years old, but you're actually putting on makeup trying to look young. Well, if you think that it's weird, why don't you not put on makeup, and why would you try to look young? Just actually try to look your age. But the thing is, it can't be weird because you're not trying to look your age. You're all trying to look younger.
That's a great point.
Or you're just
It
trying to
doesn't
enhance
mean-
your natural beauty.
But to look younger. Kids don't have wrinkles. Kids don't have blemishes.
I don't know. Some women embrace their wrinkles.
Yeah, because they have no choice. It's there.
But yeah, you're speaking about some, but
Give
every
that.
woman on here either has makeup or some type of what is it called?
I don't know.
Eyeliner. You got eyeliner. Mascara. You got something. You got lip stuff. You got lips. The stuff around your lips. You got something to express, to enhance the beauty, but it's to make you look younger. So my point is, if it's so weird that a man is attracted to younger women, why are you ladies actually trying to look younger?
I sunbathe and that gives you wrinkles.
All right. Here's the other biological part. Because I spoke about the man's biological attraction triggers, and you just so happen to think that it's immoral and weird. Now let's speak about the woman's biological attraction triggers, right? So women, it just so happens to be that you're hypergamous, and this is rooted into your biology. You want a man that's taller.
Yeah.
You want a man that's stronger. You want a man that makes more money. And literally, while I'm going through this, please correct me if I'm wrong. Don't just let me speak. You can cut me off right here, okay? Any ladies. So you want a man that's taller, stronger, preferably makes more money than you. Or if not making more money, at least the same, right? You also want a man that's competent. I would say even more competent. And competency is the ability to accomplish and complete tasks. So that's what that means. And you definitely want a man to have that ambition and drive to do that. So essentially, you don't even want your equal. You're looking for your superior. Not only that, now let's speak about the scientific, biological things when it comes to women. Women, you can only bring a kid full term once per year. With that being said, you're looking for quality. You're not looking for quantity, right? So you're looking for quality in a man. The other thing is you're attracted to the T shape. So we're attracted to the Coke bottle, but you're attracted to broader shoulders, bigger chest, and nice arms. That's what you're attracted to, right? And would it be weird that you're attracted? it's like me saying, well, you're weird for liking someone that's taller than you, that makes more money, that has broader shoulders than you. Like, why do you want that?
It's immoral.
It's immoral, right? But guess what? We're attracted to less wrinkles and for you to give us babies. But we're not even like thinking about the babies. It's like, if we compare it, let's say if you're 20, right? And you're 32. Let's say if you are equally attractive, you actually both look the same, right?
You know what? That's no.
It's a hypothetical.
I know you, mixed and she's white. I don't know. But just hypothetically speaking, let's say both of you are equal in attractiveness. And me and E says, yeah, they're both equal in attractiveness. But she's 20. We would all choose the 20-year-old. Now, it is different if you're more beautiful than the 20-year-old and you're at your age, and it's like, well, it's hard competition. We may have to choose you. And it depends on, well, if the man, how many kids does the man want? Because if he only wants one kid and you're more beautiful, I'll take you. But if he wants a whole family, right, he'll actually take the woman that's not as beautiful because she can give him more children. And not only that, men are attracted to inexperience. At 32 years old, you've been on trips. I'm sure you did things. You had guys. Let's just say 20. And let's not say 20-year-olds can't be whores. But let's hypothetically, the probability, generally speaking, will be a lot lower for the 20-year-old to have less bodies than the 32-year-old. From a probability standpoint, we know that it's possible that the 20-year-old could be a whore. But probabilities, the 20-year-old has a less body count and she done less things and been on less trips. And we're attracted to inexperience. So like when you think about this, I got no rejection so far. Do anyone reject to any of this stuff?
I do.
I just want to say
Trish.
one little thing.
Let's see what Trish got to say.
Trish.
Yeah, Trish.
All right, so first of all, as far as age goes, girls these days are starting a whole lot younger than when I was in school.
Okay.
Like even when I was in school, the numbers were going up. There were like 50 pregnant girls. But now, like, they're getting pregnant a whole lot younger, and they have a lot more experience than us older girls, the ones in their like mid-30s, because we weren't doing that at that point in time. Like, it's just different.
Yeah, so
times.
you can see that, with like, you got dating apps, you got Instagram is the biggest dating app, you got social media. So you can it can seem like a lot of women are a lot more promiscuous. I would say that even in biblical days, there were whores. So it's not to say that women are more promiscuous now, and it could be they are a little bit more promiscuous. Maybe the younger ones, they are a little bit more promiscuous than the older generation. That still doesn't take away the time, right? If we poll a group of 20-year-old women and ask them their body count, just let's say on a collective standpoint in the United States, it would be under double digits. If we poll collectively 32-year-old women, it's going to be over double digits. That's what we're saying, because you have more time on this planet to acquire more penises.
It's like, you got to think about it from a man's perspective. Men, we're very territorial. We ideally would like to be the only guy you experience every wonderful moment that you experience in life. And we know that, okay, not saying that a woman in her 30s is not going to be a good woman, but we know the older the woman gets, the more experience she has, so it's going to be harder to impress her or make her happy, because she's going to be constantly comparing you
all the
to the
jokes,
past dudes she had in the,
These corny jokes work on the young chicks. The older chicks, they
That's a different story, though.
You know what I mean? The younger chicks will love the corny jokes, but y'all done heard it a million times. So I'm like, she's not easily impressed. You know what I'm saying? So, but for both parties, though, not just women, for men also, because if both men and women just had one person that they dated their entire life, they would not crave for other people. There would be way less cheating, because, like Cooley said earlier, you can't miss what you never had. You know what I'm saying? If I had an iPhone all my life, I'm not gonna think that, oh man, there must be better phones out there. Because the iPhone does everything I can. I'm not gonna want to know what an Android is like, what a Samsung is like. You know what I'm saying? So ideally, for both parties, men and women, it would be amazing, and we would have longer lasting relationships with less cheating if everyone stayed faithful to one person.
Yeah, dudes is definitely, our biology is different though. Like we could have one chick, we still gonna want other girls.
Right,
Because
I mean-
our biology is rooted in quantity. Your biology is rooted in quality. So think about it. Since it's rooted in quality, if you get something of quality and it happens to, like a breakup happens, you're gonna be searching and yawning for that same dopamine hit again that Tyrone was giving you. Busting it down with the 10-inch. You're not really gonna want nothing else other than that. You know what I'm saying? Or Byron, that's taking you to trips, flying you out. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, let's move on. We've been on this question for a minute. So if you like that clip and you want to watch more, click right here. But if you want to watch the full episode, click right here.